Welcome back to the vlog. I'm about to go off on my longest run so far in the London Marathon training. 3 miles, that might not sound like a lot, but obviously my training is slow and steady compared to Mrs. May's, that's for sure, and Charlie's, who they both did really long runs yesterday. I should have done this run yesterday, but I'm 1 day behind because I went to QPR on Saturday. So yesterday was my long walk day, and then today is my long run day. I was really dreading this because my knees have been giving me loads of jip. So I'm really glad I had an extra rest day actually, because today my knees feel fine, but I am slightly concerned as to how my knees are going to feel after this. So fingers crossed they're okay. I really hope that extra day's rest has sorted them out. I've had a really good day today. I filmed my second episode of The Pub Diary. I had a guest on, Greg Smith, MP, who's the local MP. We had a good chat for about 40 minutes. I'm really excited to know what you guys think when you listen to it. It's gone down really well. I've been really pleased with how the podcast has gone down. So that'll be out on Wednesday afternoon. So I filmed that this morning. I had a couple of cameras going. Well, I had 3 cameras going. So hopefully it looks really good. I'm just trying to kind of edit it. I'm going to try and edit some of the stuff tonight and see how I get on. Otherwise, I might have to get someone to help me do it. But I think I might be able to do it. So yeah, so that was all good. And then Mrs. May's potentially off to karate tonight. So I'm going to go for my run, come back, do Clark and Dulcie's dinner, because the boys aren't here because they've climbed Snowdon today. How did I forget to talk about that? They suddenly decided 2 days ago they were going to go and climb Snowdon. They've been up there. It looks amazing, if not incredibly frightening, because it's covered in snow. People were messaging me all day saying that it's really dangerous what they're doing, not going up there without any equipment or any experience. But they've done it. They've gone up. They've gone down. They're currently sat at an Airbnb in a hot tub. So who's winning? You know, them, I would say. Absolutely incredible experience for those two just to get up and do it. They've vlogged the whole thing, so no doubt that'll come out on their YouTube soon. And there's loads of TikToks and stuff on their Instagram. So they've had a great day. I mean, they totally lucked in with the weather. They have had a right result because it was totally clear at the top. Blue skies. It's been horrible here today. Grey, rainy. So fair play to them. So looking forward to catching up with them tomorrow when they come back, because Charlie's back tomorrow. And then we're going to QPR Oxford tomorrow night. Another away day. My 3rd QPR away day in 10 days. Crazy. So looking forward to that as well. But anyway, I'm going to go off for my run and I'll catch up with you all when I get back. Back home now. Before I talk about the run and how I felt after that, something crazy's happened today. So as I said this morning, I filmed the second episode of the podcast, The Pub Diary, with Greg Smith, who's the local MP for Mid-Bucks, because that's what she is. Now, I had no idea. I knew he was going into Westminster straight from doing it. But he's just posted a reel on Instagram where he asked a question in the House of Parliament, like today. And he name-checked me and Russell Arms, which is crazy. In fact, I'm gonna put the reel in now. It won't be in landscape, unfortunately, so it'd be a bit annoying for you. But watch this. And then watch this.
This morning I met with Rowley May, the landlord of the Russell Arms pub in Butler's Cross. Members of the government may recognise it. It's the closest pub to Chequers, where they can drown their sorrows after an audience with the Prime Minister. That pub has seen a £17,500 business rates increase. I have heard similar horror stories from pubs like the Cock and Rabbit in the Lee and the Dinton Hermit in Ford and many others. Will the Minister at least accept that there is no more money to squeeze out of pubs that are absolutely on the brink of financial catastrophe under this government?
Minister.
This government does understand the pressures that hospitality businesses and pubs in particular are facing. One of those pressures that I've heard about very clearly is the fact that under the previous government, because they didn't invest in our energy security, because they didn't invest in making sure that businesses and families could have lower energy bills and certainty for their energy bills in the future, they saw their energy bills surge. In 2022, we saw inflation hit 11% under the previous government. And it's things like that that have made it difficult for small businesses up and down the country.
How annoying is that? How annoying must that be for a politician to stand up, regardless of what you are, what party you are? You stand up, you ask a question, and they completely ignore the question and just answer about something else from 2022. And then just sits down. I've no idea if you're allowed to then just stand back up and go, fantastic answer to a question I didn't ask, but can you actually answer the question that I asked you? That must be so annoying. Like I said, I don't know how many chances you get to actually stand up and ask questions as an MP. I don't know if it's quite often, but I don't know why. I don't know how. I mean, there's a speaker there, right? Who's I'm sure he's supposed to like hold them accountable. Why hasn't he got his little hammer and not gone? Hold on a second. He asked you a question, and you just basically said something completely different and just blame them for something that they did in 2022. Can you talk about now? Because he's asking a question about now, and it's quite an important question that people want answers to. I don't know how you can just sit back down and it's like, oh, okay, brilliant. Well, I answered the question. We can just move on now then, can we? It doesn't, yeah, brilliant. Okay, yeah, energy in 2022. Okay. That is what is causing the problem right now. Unbelievable, so annoying. But the run was okay tonight, actually. In fact, I did more than I intended to do. It was supposed to be a 3 mile one, but I did just over 3.2, I think. Plus, I was also trying to, at the moment I'm doing 30-second run, 90-second walk. In February, it goes up to 60-second run and 90-second walk. So I'm trying to kind of build up already to that by doing more than 30 seconds running. So I was kind of averaging 45 seconds running today just to try and get ready for that. And it felt good. The knees feel okay now. My shins were fine, ankles fine, hips fine. So I think we're kind of getting stronger. I think that's the what I'm taking away from today. I'm definitely feeling a bit stronger. I think that rest was good. I'm glad I had that rest day. Oh, Reggie's here. And yeah, so I kind of like feel better about the whole thing. So we kind of like go again, and like I say, but it is relentless. The training is relentless. It's 4 times a week. No, you've got to make the most of your rest days, and if you don't feel right, I think you've got to kind of like let it go, because like I keep saying, if I get injured, I'm screwed. If I have to have a week off training, I'm screwed. But I think, if I can aim to do, I think what I need to aim to do somewhere between 13 and 14 minute miles. If I do that, I should finish in about 6.5 hours. If I can get it, if I do that and I like slow down a bit towards the end and start doing 15-minute miles, then I'll still finish in around 6.5 hours. I think for me, that is kind of what I need to be looking at. Some people will say, what's the point, 6.5 hours? But for me, that'd be amazing. I'd be well chuffed with that. And I think that's achievable. I've actually slightly changed how I'm going to do it. I was supposed to be doing 3-minute runs, 1-minute walks. I'm going to change it to 3.5-minute runs, 1.5-minute walks, because I want it in 5-minute blocks. Because I think that's going to be easier for me to make a note of as I'm running along. I'll be able to, if I do it in 5-minute chunks, it's just going to be easier in my head to add it all out. If I'm just going to have to keep on doing my 4 times table, otherwise I'm just going to get completely confused. So I think if I do it in 5 minutes, it's going to be much more sensible. And so I'm now building. I've changed my training plan slightly to build up to 3.5-minute runs and 1.5-minute walk. So yeah, I kind of all good at the moment. Feel good. Looking forward to tomorrow. Off to QPR Oxford. I'm in the pub all day tomorrow, talking more about menu changes. I'll talk about that a bit more another time. We actually went out to a tapas restaurant on Friday, if you remember. That was, part nice to go out for a meal, part kind of little bit of kind of research into that kind of style of service, not food, but in terms of service and how it comes out. So I'm kind of a bit, well, I'm not, yeah, I am. I'm nervous about this new way that we're going to do the food at the pub, because we need to be totally on it. And so basically we need to have a meeting with all of us so we can just throw out scenarios and make sure we're all kind of totally in the loop, and we've thought of as much as we possibly can that can go wrong, can go right, to make sure that kind of when we start it in February, because it's not long to go, we kind of nail it as much as we can. We're also going to be doing free-flowing wine for 90 minutes on some evenings as well. Definitely on Thursdays for steak night. So it'd be you coming for a steak night, plus you can have, you can pay for 90 minutes of free-flowing wine for of house red, white, or Italian sparkling. I think we'll do that on Sundays for Sunday roast as well. And I think we'll probably do it Saturday lunch and Saturday evenings as well. So that's the kind of plan with that. I just need to work out a price. This is a good question. I mean, what would you pay? What's a good price of free-flowing wine for 90 minutes? How much would you expect to pay for that? Because it's so many differing prices. But hopefully that will kind of make the pub like a bit more bustly, like kind of like we're trying to turn all the areas into a pub. So it's not just like restaurant pub. We want to make it a place where you can just eat and drink anywhere. And that was kind of like the idea of getting the rounder tables to make it more pubby, which I think we are. We just need to do a bit more work in that respect. Maybe change the decor just very slightly. I mean, we haven't got much money to spend. We haven't got much budget for it, but I feel like we need to change the pub a little bit to get ready for this this change up and this new menu for when we get going with it. But it's exciting times. I'm looking forward to it. The other thing I was thinking about, because we're a pub you have to drive to, I was wondering, what do you reckon to if you're all on the if we have to call you if we call you a cab at the end of your meal, we'll give you 20 quid towards it. So you can come have a drink. Then at the end of the night, you got 20 quid that we give you back at the end of your meal, and you can or 20 quid towards your cab. I just wondered if that was like a way of getting more people to come, because like if one person's got to drive, it's a bit of a ball ache, isn't it? And I don't know, that's just an idea I'm thinking about. But I've constantly got stuff going around in my head, but that's just one of the things that's going around at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I'm going to play a little bit of PGA Tour on the Xbox. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, comment. I love engaging with you all. I love replying to as many comments as I possibly can. And I'll see you tomorrow for QPR Oxford, another away day, which I will try and vlog even better than I did Stoke. I'm trying to get more action when I'm actually there. I really struggle to do that because I just get so into the game that I don't want to get my camera out because I just get way too excited when the game's going on. But I will try and do better tomorrow. So take care. See you tomorrow.